going on, people? It's your boy Nasmai21 back again with another video, and tonight we are reviewing the Champions League games that just happened. Not every single game because I've only got 2 eyes brothers, but the ones I did watch, which were like 3 or 4 of them. So as always, remember to like and subscribe for more. I'm trying to get 1,000 followers by the end of the year. Algorithm, and hit that notification bell so whenever I drop a video, you'll be the first to know. Also, share the video, man. Spread it across your friends, man. Let's have a football debate. Let's go. So, the first game I'm going to start off with is Arsenal Football Club going to Bilbao, where they open up the Champions League night. Now, Bilbao, they were going into the season. Look, there was a whole Nico Williams saga. Is he staying? Is he going? But they were able to keep him, and I did think they needed a striker, but because I do like Sanadi, but there is something about him that's just missing. And going into the season, they actually started really well. Was it 3 wins from 3? But their last game, they lost it 1-0 to Alaves, which can't lie, they shouldn't have lost that game. And then going into this game, obviously Nico Williams was out for this game as well. Aymeric Laporte, who they signed, wasn't registered in time. So I'll be honest, I did have Arsenal comfortably winning this game. Arsenal on the momentum, started in the Premier League, 4 wins from 4 without only conceding 1 goal, which was a free kick. Now, when I saw the lineups, I was really, really disappointed with Arteta. Like, what is his obsession with Rice, Marino, and Odegaard? Rice, Marino, and Zubimendi. Like, you have Nwaneri, who's a really good number 10. Eze, who you could argue as of last season at Palace, he was like a top 5 number 10 in his position in the Premier League, and he plays him out wide, where we all know his best position is centrally, and we saw that in the first half. I can't lie, in that first half, I was so disappointed with Arsenal. Like, bro, Bilbao were playing him off the park. Like, the way Bilbao were bopping it, it just shows that the comfortability of a Spanish team, they can bop it around the corner. Inaki Williams looked really, really lively, was linking up play really well. They had some half chances in there, like, looked all right, but it was all Villarreal in that first. Bilbao in the first half. The one Arsenal player I want to give credit to that first half was Noni Madueke. He looked really, really lively. However, he's got to improve that final decision, man. He beats the guy, and the cross, the pass, it's always missing. Whereas, like, if that was Saka, he might not beat his fullback as much as Madueke did, but you do know the end product's going to be much better. There were so much positions where Saka were like, he was in positions where he could shoot. In that position, I know Saka's shooting from there, or like he's putting a decent cross. He's got to improve on that, in my opinion, Madueke. But 0-0 at the break, and obviously in the second half, it was a bit more. Arsenal did wake up a bit. They started to create some more chances. Gyökeres, I'll be honest, like, look, Arsenal fans, I know he scored goals. Was it 3 goals in 4 games? But when he's not scoring, what is he genuinely doing? Like, he's so ineffective in games. Like, we've seen him so many times in games. He's like so ineffective. Like, nowadays, like, when you look at some of the strikers in the Premier League, like Haaland, he's probably the only other striker like who can get away with it. But like, guess what? He scores goals at an elite level. Can you trust Gyökeres to score goals the level Haaland does? Time will tell. But when you look at other strikers in the league, like the likes of your Isaks, your Matetas, your Delaps, your Pedros, your Danny Welbecks, these guys are handfuls. Like, they don't need to score like to look good. They can still be like handfuls without scoring. That's something he needs to improve upon, in my opinion. But obviously, Arsenal get the 2 goals courtesy of the 2 substitutions in Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard, who 2 guys I've been very critical of. I have been saying Arsenal cannot go into the season with those 2 starting up top. I did think one of them might have got sold, particularly Trossard, because he's on the other side of 30. So I was shocked he's actually still at Arsenal. So that's one thing to be aware of. But both of them came off the bench, scored each other. Both of them scored, and they both assisted each other. So fair enough to them. And I think that's the capacity you got to use them in. So bring them off the bench and more of an impact position. One thing I want to talk about is I do think Eze should be in that number 10. So obviously Odegaard, I don't know if he's going to be fit enough for Man City on Sunday. But if he's not, I do not want to see Marino there. I do not want to see Rice playing there. Put Eze in that number 10 position where we all know he thrives really well. And because Man City are there for the taking, let's be real. But look, it was a good result. The performance was very, very poor, I'll be honest. And look, it's game week 1, match day 1. So maybe the more match days go on, they're gonna improve. But one thing I really enjoyed, I really liked, was Arsenal's squad depth. Like, Saliba was on the bench. There was no Saka. There was no Havertz. There was no Odegaard. But they still were able to get the win, and they had the quality in depth. That's one thing that's definitely going to improve. Shout out Mosquera at the back. Another game, another great performance. 15 mils looking like a bargain every single day of the week. It'll be interesting to see if he starts on Sunday against Haaland, who that's going to be the big lesson for him, to be honest. But they get the win, and yeah, they move on. Next game, Tottenham Hotspur hosted Villarreal. Now, going into this game, I did say I do see Tottenham winning 2-1, but do not be surprised if Villarreal get something out of this game, because Villarreal have looked really, really good, and in my opinion, are the dark horses for this season's Champions League. And within the first 10 minutes, Tottenham go 1-0 up, courtesy of an own goal. I mean, I don't know what the keeper was doing. He's got to do better there, but it is what it is. But I'll be honest, from then onwards, Villarreal really got into the game. They looked really, really good. Nicolas Pepe looked really, really good. I really hoped he scored, because let's be honest, he has the best celebration at the moment. The best celebration, and he looked really, really good in my opinion. And well, Villarreal started bopping it. Like Mikel Arteta was a handful for them. Tottenham did have some chances there. I like Kudus, he looked lively. Xavi Simons, you can see what he's all about. But I do think Xavi Simons, number 10, that's his best position in my opinion. I don't like him playing out wide. I want to pick him centrally, driving. That's why we saw him thrive at Leipzig, when he was getting the ball centrally. Openda, Šeško, likewise here, getting the ball, thriving, playing out wide to like the likes of Kudus and Richarlison up top. Now, shout out Pap Game midfield. Really, really good performance by him. I told you guys, watch out for him, especially AFCON this year. Watch out for him. Invest your stocks. Really, really good performance by Villarreal. Mikel Tanzi as well. He's another one. Big up him, man. He looks really, really good. Buchanan had that one chance in that first half that he should have buried, man. I don't know how he missed that. And there was that big controversial, was it a red card? Was it? I don't think it was a red card, because first of all, he wasn't last man. It was a foul, definitely, but he wasn't last man. But it is what it is. Overall, Tottenham get the win. It was a professional performance, I'll be honest, by them. And Villarreal, shout out, man, you went down swinging. It was a good performance by, shout out, I don't know who their coach is, but big up them, big up the job. I mean, you lost on an own goal, so it is what it is. Then we go to the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid hosted Olympique de Marseille. And I'll be honest, I had Madrid drawing this game, because I did think Madrid, they haven't been challenged offensively. They haven't faced a very good team that's as good offensively as Villarreal is. And within the first 10 minutes, Madrid were really dominating that game. Obviously, the big news in the lineup was that Vinicius was dropped, and also Carvajal came in for Trent in this game. And it was such a shame that within the first 10 minutes, Trent had to come off due to a hamstring injury. Look, it's a bad injury, but I hope it's nothing long-term. And Carvajal came in. I mean, when your backup is... When Trent Alexander-Arnold and Danny Carvajal, you're right back your rotations, you're good. But we'll get to Carvajal further on, because we need to talk about him. Trent went down, but then Madrid had some chances. I mean, there was that one, Mastantuano, I'll talk about him in a sec, but he looked really, really lively. Rodrigo, I'll start with him. He looked really, really good down that left-hand flank. And that's the Rodrigo we know and love, man. I can see why he's playing left wing, but that's the thing. It's like you want to play left wing, but your backup is Vinicius Jr. That's why I feel like he should have left. There were teams there that could have taken him. Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City. They were there, Bayern Munich. They were all there for the taking. That could have taken him. And if he walked into any of those teams, automatically he's top 3 left wingers on the planet. Argue with your nan. Now, the first goal did come against a runner play. I did feel like it was all Real Madrid at that moment, but then it came against a runner play. Mason Greenwood plays it down the line, plays it off into Timothy Weah, who bags it into the bottom corner, who had a chance earlier on. It was like a semi-decent chance. And then Madrid continue building up, continue playing, and they get a penalty courtesy of Rodrigo's hard work down the left-hand side. And it was definitely a penalty. There was no denying about that one. Mbappe slots it in, who, I don't know what more to say about him. I predict he's going to get 50 goals this season. What do I have to say? However, for that first goal, Arda Güler, I don't know what you were doing for that first goal. You got to do better there. And I did feel like for that Timothy Weah goal, like no one really picked up Weah. So they had to do better defensively. However, after that one, I did feel like Marseille started to go into the game a bit. Like, shout out Kondogbia in midfield. He looked really, really, really good in that midfield. Started to like dominate that midfield. Looked phenomenal. And they're going to break at 1-1 because Mastantuano misses an absolute sitter seconds before like the halftime break. It was a counter attack. Mbappe gets the left wing, squares it into Mastantuano, and then Rulli, who had a tremendous game, makes a phenomenal save. And then Madrid go into the break 1-1, and then the second half, Marseille were the better team. Like, they were really, really stopping Madrid's flow. They started to build up. They were starting to like camp around Madrid's box. Whenever Madrid tried to go on a counter attack, they'd like break it off. Again, shout out Mason Greenwood. He looked really, really phenomenal. And like, obviously, what he did off the pitch, allegedly what he did off the pitch, because there are allegations, allegedly what he did off the pitch. That's what I'm talking on the pitch. But on the pitch, he looks really, really good. And he's been putting in that work for Marseille for the last couple of years. Like, last season, people talk about Dembele being the Ligue 1 best player. Dembele was, Greenwood was like tied for top scorer for him. This season started really, really well. I'm looking here at the stats. I think 2 goals, 4 assists to start the season. So he's been looking really, really good for Marseille. Aubameyang, I wanted a bit more from him, I'll be honest. Like, I wanted a bit more from him. He was a bit disappointing. Matt O'Reilly is another one. I was surprised he started. I thought they were going to go with the 2 up top with Ruiri and Aubameyang, but fair enough. And obviously, Madrid get sent down to 10 men, courtesy of Carvajal red card, which was just stupid and reckless. And now, look, I know the challenges. I think he over-exaggerated that. And I don't like when players do that, man. Like, you're a grown-ass man with kids. Come on, man. Like, have some shame, have some decorum, man. But obviously, when you do that nowadays, you're gonna get sent off. And for a guy of his experience, the guy's been in multiple Champions League finals, played against all-timers. To do that, it's a bit daft. If someone like Mastantuano did that, fair enough. I understand it. He's a young buck, but come on. But then Madrid get a penalty, which was an absolute controversial one, because I don't know how on earth that's a penalty. Like where's he meant to put his arm? That's one thing. Because like, even in the was it the first half or the second half? Like, Militao, same scenario, same situation. It wasn't given, but this one was given. Again, where's the consistency? Referee gives it. Mbappe was never going to miss it. And yeah, man, Madrid see out the game. But fair enough, Madrid. I hold my hands up. I mean, I did predict Mbappe to score. And yeah, it is what it is. Good win for Real Madrid. Was still undefeated to start the season under Xabi Alonso, so they keep it moving. Now, we go to the big game in Turin. Juventus hosted Borussia Dortmund. And yeah, this was the game of the night. Let's be real. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Both of these teams, I did have this game as a draw. I did think whilst Juventus have looked good to start the season, I have not been convinced. I have not been moved. But Dortmund as well, as much as good, they're more the calmer team. Obviously, they didn't win the first week, but they won the second week and the third week. They were missing a lot of key guys at the back. Schlotterbeck's a big miss for them. Emre Can's also a big miss for them. So there was that. But it was a game oh my God, what a game. And you know what's funny about this game? Until the 50th minute, it was 0-0. And I did feel like in the first half, it was all like, it was 50. I think it was all Dortmund in the first half, in my opinion. Dortmund was the better team, dominating possession. But the second half, this game just woke up. Karim Adeyemi scores a goal. I mean, this guy is clutch for them. He does score a lot of goals for them in like big games, in like big occasions. I mean, the Champions League final, obviously, he does miss a big sit in the Champions League final against a couple of years ago in Wembley. But he came clutch for them, scored the opening goal, and then Kenan. What more do I need to say about Kenan Yildiz, man? I've told you guys about Kenan. This guy, phenomenal player, que jogador. I mean, what I said on Saturday, just copy that, paste that onto this, and yeah, man, what more do I need to say about this guy? Phenomenal player, man. That goal was really, really good, and he scored Juventus. He scored a similar goal, like, he kind of reminds me of that Dybala type player, Del Piero, like the way he just scores. And he is the future of Juventus, and you could argue this guy's the best player in Serie A, man, right now. And he's on a roll, man. And I think when you talk about the likes of Lamine Yamal, Desiree Doué, Arda Güler, Jamal Musiala, Florian Wirtz, you got to include him, in my opinion. I think this season, him Olise, Barcola. I think those three are about to have superstar seasons. But then Dusan Vlahovic comes on, who replaces I think he came on for Luis Openda, who didn't have the best game, I'll be honest. Like, he was trying to play off a lot of Yildiz, similar to what he did at Leipzig. I was really disappointed because he looked like a threat and he looked like a problem in the derby, but today just wasn't his day. Vlahovic comes on and he scores two goals in 30 minutes. I mean, I know there's a lot of Juventus fans that are going to hold his hand, that are going to apologise to him this season because he started the season really well. That's what, 4 goals in 4 games now in all competitions for them this season. Really, really good start to the season and they looked really, really good. And then Dortmund go 4-2 up. They get a penalty. And I'm thinking Girassi is going to take it, you know what I'm saying, his usual celebration. But then I see Ben Sabani step up. And this is what I hate about football. Look, one of my red cards in football is pet peeves. I hate when defenders are taking penalties. Like, as a defender, why are you taking... I always say, penalties should be for your striker to give them confidence. Your wingers, maybe now and then, also to give them confidence, and your number 10s. If you're a right back, if you're a left back, if you're a centre back and you're coming for a penalty, as a striker, I am yanking that ball off you and I'm telling you, get your ass back on the halfway line. Steps up. He does score it, to be fair, but it is what it is. And then Vlahovic scores again to make it 4-3. And then in the last minute, I couldn't believe this. Vlahovic puts it into the box. Lloyd Kelly there, back post, going from hero to zero because he's the one that gave away from zero to hero, gave away the penalty but came clutch with the equaliser. And let's be honest, Juventus fans, a lot of you were shocked when you signed Lloyd Kelly, and I know rival fans laughed at the signing, but last 2 games he's came clutch with 2 goals, man. The derby scored a good goal, and today was a good cross. But for me, that game was all about Vlahovic, the impact he made coming off the bench. I mean, 30 minutes, 2 goals and assists. That assist here is so hard because as a striker, let's be honest, not many strikers can make a pass like that. Can you imagine Erling Haaland trying to do that pass? I mean, no offense to the guy, but yeah. I want to give a big shout out to Tudor, the coach, because he made some big changes, like bringing on Kalulu. That was a big change, and he helped get the... Sorry, not Kalulu. Bringing on Vlahovic, that was a big change because you could have left him off the bench. Locatelli as well, he made a big impact when he changed the game, so shout out at him as well. And yeah, man, what a game that was, what a performance that was. And yeah, 4-4, and just the recap of tonight's game. Obviously, PSV, again, that was a shock. That was actually a shock defeat. Again, 3-1 defeat. Funny enough, Mark Van Bommel's son scored in that game. Alexis McAllister's older brother, Kevin McAllister, also scored in that game. So big up Union Saint-Gilloise. Their journey's been really, really good, man. I remember them. It was Brian's, but I think they were Brian's. They're Brian's feeder team. I remember them a couple of years ago. They made the Europa League, I want to say quarterfinals. The likes of Victor Boniface was in that team. Simon Adinga was in that team, so big up them. And then also another big result, Karabakh. They came from 2-0 down to beat Benfica 3-2. So what a performance that was. Shout out them. And hey, the Portuguese clubs lady. And I know, hey, Benfica, I know you man trying to sack your guy. I got a Portuguese manager for you. Let's talk. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the game. Comment down below what game impressed you the most. Comment your player of the night. My player of the night is going to be Dusan Vlahovic. Congratulations, you won it. Shout out your team. I'll send you the trophy immediately. That's my thoughts on the game. Comment down below what you learned. Like, share, subscribe. And as always, United. Peace.